I mean, it is. But is it though? What's up, guys? I'm Punzo here, and here to do a quick little breakdown and discussion on the viability of Hollow Purple and like its overall usefulness as a technique in Satoru Gojo's arsenal. And like whether or not we should glaze it as much as I feel like it is glazed, or should we glaze it even more? I don't know. Or do I? So let's not waste any more time and let's hop right into it. Editing me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, Hollow Purple is one of the most iconic things to come out of JJK, I'd say. Like it's Infinity, Satoru Gojo himself, not in that order, and that's about it. Maybe Sukuna himself too at this point. Like Sukuna's very, very popular. I see him everywhere now. But with it being the case, it's so popular that I feel like it's sort of reached this level of divinity. Well, maybe not divinity. I'd say like divinity is like your Kamehamehas, your Rasengans, your Getsuga Tensho, like your stuff like that. I wouldn't say Hollow Purple has reached that, but like it's definitely up there to the point where like everyone loves Hollow Purple. It's real good. It's real clean. It's real but is it actually that good though? Because I don't know, I'm thinking. Currently, I'm writing a script talking about Gojo's overall power. Obviously, it's not too complicated, but still, I was like breaking down his kit and explaining every aspect of it. And then I got to Hollow Purple. And especially after discussing Blue and discussing Red and obviously discussing Infinity, I started to just look at the technique overall and its potency and its output and its effectiveness and its speed and all that. And I'm just thinking, like, for how much you put in, I feel like you don't necessarily get as much bang for your buck as you should. Now, hear me out. In terms of raw power, it is undeniably basically the strongest technique in the series, kind of, sort of. It's either that or Fuga. Once again, I remember doing a poll a while back on which one was stronger, Fuga after a domain expansion or Unlimited Hollow, and it seems like everyone did go with Unlimited Hollow, so like clearly it's definitely up there. It's well respected by the fandom. And honestly, I don't even find that too crazy to say. One manipulates matter on the atomic level, the other is a whole bunch of fire after cutting things up. But still, I feel like Hollow Purple, it costs a lot, and it doesn't pay out as much as it should. And obviously the biggest example is right here. I was trying to find the chapter with Hanami to show that Hanami also dodged it and survived it. But still, I was like, I don't even need that because of what we're talking about here. Notably, obviously, Satoru Gojo doesn't even need Hollow Purple for majority of his fights. That's why it's such a rare thing. Like, we see it 4 times? 4 times? 4 times. Once against Hanami, which I was not able to hunt down. One against Toji, then against Sukuna, and then also again against Sukuna. And then obviously we'll see it against Sukuna later when it's used by Yuta Kotsu. And I should have pulled that up too. But still, Hollow Purple is undeniably powerful. It's to the point where Sukuna in 234 is like, when Purple really cuts loose, its output is at over 120% with some kind of binding vow. Of course, he didn't know about Utsuhime and Gakuganji there because of Ichichi hiding it with a barrier, but still, he admits that, yeah, Hollow Purple is pretty him. However, he admits, I got away with just losing 2 reinforced hands when taking a direct hit at just under 4 kilometers. Neither of us are at full strength. If he lands a hit with Purple at this distance, at even just 100%, it'd be fatal. So clearly, Hollow Purple on the power front is not really questionable. I'm not here to sit here and argue with that. Like, no. Hollow Purple has the strongest character in the verse being like, okay, I only survived it because it was 4 kilometers away from me, and I managed to somewhat barely react in time, and I managed to only lose 2 reinforced hands barely when that thing was juicy. But the other aspects of it is where I'm like, is it really that good? Because number one, Hollow Purple is like the only, dare I say, kind of sort of the only technique in Gojo's arsenal that has like a fat amount of charge up time. Like a thick amount of charge up time. And notably, it's so antithetical to Gojo's fight style or combat abilities or combat style, I suppose, that like it doesn't even feel like it fits. And obviously it's an ult, right? Like you don't give your supers the same potency as the ult because the ult is better, but that charge up time is so necessary to the point where we kind of haven't ever seen it used without the charge up time. Like we've seen Gojo kind of just pull out a red from nowhere. We see him do it against Toji, then he just booms. In fact, speaking of, we do have the original Onruin moment here, where he pulls up, he does the thing-a-ding, and then he launches the purple. But outside of that, which seems to have a relatively good charge-up time since Toji does not seem to react in time, the inverted spirit of heaven is unable to reach Gojo before the purple reaches him, and he manages to chant everything here. It doesn't seem like it has the best charge-up time, for one. Meaning that in 9 out of 10 battles, as long as someone is able to pressure Satoru Gojo, he's not getting it out. Like it's just not, it's not happening. Like, note the extremely hard and rare conditions that Satoru managed to get his unlimited hollow, which is a variation of hollow purple out. He had to do that after previously setting up a blue sphere inside of Ahito, then tricking and bamboozling Sukuna to work around him in order to send out a red from a distance that Sukuna could not react to, and only then, after re-enhancing the blue, was he able to like, okay, we can make this work, and get that limited hollow off. That's a lot of steps. And that was for a variation of the technique, and the base technique's no better. That's why he could not use it at all against Sukuna throughout the rest of the fight. He had to use it as an intro opening move, and then a closer, both times with subterfuge and manipulation, because it's not something he can immediately pop off. They may be like, okay, Pencil Man, charge-up time is bad, but like, that's it? That's the only complaint you have? Not that too. Well, not only. The other thing is that issue. It drops in potency a lot if you were to try and use it at range. As Sukuna mentions, he got away with it because it was 4 kilometers away. But like, if Gojo needs to get 4 kilometers away to use it, so you don't stop him from using it, like, how good is the technique in the first place? Because at 4 kilometers away, if it wasn't hidden by Ichichi, Sukuna likely would have just leaped out the way. He would have just dodged. And then, of course, if Gojo's in Sukuna's face at close range, then Sukuna's not going to let him do it, as we see in the fight. But then if Gojo's at mid-range, once again, Sukuna could just charge at him. Because once again, it seems like Gojo needs to be... I keep saying once again. But it seems like Gojo needs to be stationary when charging it too, considering once again he... Stop it, you. Stop saying once again. But furthermore, it seems like Gojo needs to be mostly stationary, and he needs to chant every single time. Meaning he doesn't just have the charge-up time, it also locks down Gojo's movement options, which is one of the best things he has. Of course, Infinity does compensate for that for the most part, but still, there are characters in the series, and definitely Crossverse, that can shut down or bypass Infinity in one way, shape, or form. Meaning he can't really just stand there and chant in your face while standing there, being stationary. But on top of that, the other big issue I have with Hollow Purple is that, well, how do I put this? It doesn't really have any special sauce to it. You know what I'm talking about? Like, a lot of JJK is known for its special sauce. It's extra drizzle. Like, what makes SSK so good? Oh, it bypasses your durability, skips straight to your soul. Oh, what makes Jacob's Ladder so good? It turns off your abilities. Okay. Oh, what makes Hanami's Cursed Bud so good? Oh, bada bing, bada boom, it sucks your power system out the room. Like, there are so many other abilities in JJK that aren't just powerful for power's sake, but they also have that little bit of extra special sauce to them. Even Sukuna's slashes now can erase space and time. At least the world slashes do. So like there's definitely some juice. There's some sauce up in there. You can get Squirmly just in a little bit juicy, dare I say. But what does Hollow Purple actually do? Is it any different from like a generic expression of cursed energy? Before Sukuna just ate it, I would have said maybe. But unless you just want to argue Sukuna has existence erasure, or existence erasure resistance, it kinda don't do that lately, you know what I'm talking? Like, it doesn't really do anything. It's just a big blast of cursed energy. It's like a granite blast, but purple. It's like Yuta's love beam, but purple. And not a beam. It's a ball. It doesn't do anything unique. Like, I was hoping, seeing Sukuna get hit by it, we get some sort of confirmation, and maybe like it slows down regeneration or something like that. Like, maybe it has similar properties as SSK where it affects the soul or something like that. But no! It's just a big old ball that takes forever to charge up. Your opponent, if they have the ability to, will get in your face and stop you from doing it for a majority of the fight if you are fighting close range. And Gojo's fight style, for some reason or another, is very close range, so he's never going to be able to pull it off in most combat scenarios. And in Crossverse, if you're trying to take Gojo anywhere, if a character is able to bypass his infinity, while he stands there and chants, they're not just going to let him do that, they're going to punch him in the mouth. And then he can't do it. So, like, outside of its power, which is already questionable because it couldn't wipe Sukuna, and though admittedly it was real that it could wipe Sukuna later, and it did wipe Big Raga because Raga wasn't adapted, that's like, Essentially, since Hollow Purple's a new phenomena, I guess you could say maybe it does something on that level, because Raga wasn't adapted to it at all? But still, that vagueness is just not that good. So the attack speed is alright. Hanami was able to dodge it. They were admittedly pretty far away, but they managed to escape most of it. And then Toji wasn't able to dodge it, but it was much smaller at that time. And I don't know, maybe when it got bigger, it got slower, but Toji couldn't react to it. But then again, that's a Toji who's in the middle of the attack and also didn't know what it was. He was completely caught off guard by it. And then Suguna's been able to react somewhat every single time. Unless you just think Suguna, like, face tanked this here, I think it's a pretty valid assumption to say he domain amped. It's just, it was that powerful output-wise. So, like, its attack speed is It doesn't have any special properties. It takes forever to charge up. You need to be stationary while you're using it. And your opponent most likely won't let you use it at all if they have the ability to. And most opponents would do that. So, like, what exactly is so good about it outside its raw power, which is already kind of questionable? I don't know. Like, that's kind of the whole point. I just want to, like, lay it out here. Because Hollow Purple, it's not necessarily overrated. Like, once again, it's not in the level of a Kamehameha or a Rasengan or anything like that. It's not to that level of notoriety. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just say Hollow Purple GG, when Hollow Purple GG kind of doesn't exist. It's not really your whole, like, immediate one-shot, this will delete anything button. Like, I see it commonly used in versus battles. Either, not necessarily inverse it mostly is, but cross-verse especially. I don't know. I feel like it's not anywhere near as effective or unique or special as it could be, considering all its hype and power and potency and mystery. But, of course, that's what I think. Please let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you guys think I'm absolutely crazy and that Hollow Purple actually is this amazing toe-curling, next-level, top-of-the-line, super-duper-uber-duper technique that I need to immediately get to glazing or else y'all will find me and rip off my toes? Or do you guys agree with me and think that outside of its raw power, sometimes it's kind of whatever, kind of meh, and honestly is one of the worst options also to Gojo's kit considering he can barely use it? Please let me know all that and more in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that little notification bell so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do happen to have a Patreon down below where you support me for as low as $1. Come on. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions, the series I happen to review, and free reactions of all my videos, and becoming a $25 Patreon or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, you have a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below where you can drop 5 beats for a short video, 25 beats for a long video, or any beats at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you made it to the end of this video, leave Purpled Hollow. Leave Purpled Hollow in the comment section down below. Now, I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That with the Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Zara, Greyhound, Eternal Flame, NMA, Real Rare, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Brandon Payne, G Prosper, and Glacier XZ. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Sean, Igneel Lind, and A+A. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $7 members, Fine and Austin Wimberly, A Uchiha, along with Yuki Ally. And I'd like to give a big ol' thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha, Jay Warrior, and AZ Void. And I'd like to give a thank you to our $10 patrons, Overlord Zero, Joaquin Munoz, and Idem Okami. And I'd like to give a final, giga, legendary, superhuman, beyond the bounds of reality thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, Calvin Elder.